Okay, are we working? We're working. I'm not frozen anymore. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, hello, 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 hello. Can anybody find me? Are we on? Are we live? Hey, Sue's found me. Hello, Sue. Hello, hello, hello. Just had a little hiccup. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Sue. Hi, Jane. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. We were. I just tried to start this and completely froze. Nothing was happening, so I had to stop it and restart again. I'm just checking. I haven't got any Wi-Fi at all on my phone, so I'm hoping that Mum's phone picks the Wi-Fi up a bit better. Hiya, Jan. Hi, Claire. And that I don't lose you. Why haven't I got Wi-Fi on? Because I'm outside, you see, and it's a bit pants. Who else is on? Judith. Hi, Judith. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Susie. Glad you and Andrew enjoyed your yin last night. No, definitely not connected. So my phone cannot find Wi-Fi. Hi, Rach. Hello, Heather. Okay, I'm definitely not on Wi-Fi on my phone, but you seem to be checking in okay. So hopefully you can see and hear me okay. Morning, Arlene. So I came outside because it looks sunny, but actually in the shade, and there's a cool breeze. It's pretty blooming chilly. So I've got my body warmer on. Can you believe it? Morning, Valerie. Good morning, Emma. Hi, Anna and Steve. Carmen. Hi, Carmen. So we are going to work the core. And core's not just this six-pack abdominal stuff, your obliques and your back muscles as well. So it's like your body's natural corset. Yeah, who loves the core? Yeah. Oh, thanks, Kath. Thank you for confirming that, Brill. So this is what we're going to do. So who've we got on? We've got 13 watching at the moment. Shall we start? Shall we start? So I was a bit late popping on because I tried to start it. It crashed completely. So I've come out and went back in. So a little bit, anyway, waffle, waffle, waffle. That's what I do best. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be starting on the floor. And just start to move through the spine, warm things up, a little cat-cow. And then we'll get into burning some heat. So if you did my yin class last night, we did yin yoga for the chakras. So our core work mainly is going to be stimulating our solar plexus chakra. So that's this fiery yellow chakra. So it's like nice and yellow like the sun. Creates a lot of internal heat. Connected with the digestive system. And also gives you that feeling of empowerment, confidence and empowering. So that's what we're going to get today. Who loves working the core? Why not? Waffle too much. Let's come down onto the mat. I'm going to start on the hands and knees in a cat-cow. So if I keep wiping my nose today, I'm not poorly, but the breeze tends to make my nose run a lot. Hey Jan, did Sarah's abs? Oh yeah, Sarah's ab class is a killer, isn't it? So yeah, should be fun. It won't be like that, Jan. Okay, we know it won't be like that. Okay. Yeah, I watched a bit of Sarah's ab and I thought, no, I'm going to do it later. So, we're starting our cat-cow. Got a little space between the knees, knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Yeah, so breeze makes my nose run, so excuse me if I'm getting my tissue out. So, breathing in and out through the nose. So, we inhale. It's going to draw shoulders to hips. Heart is forward. Belly to the ground. Your exhale is going to scoop that belly up, belly button towards the spine, chin to the chest, tuck the tailbone. Inhaling, hips high, shoulders back, heart is forward. Exhaling, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhaling, hips high, heart forward. So if I freeze, if you lose me, I've got my data on behind the Wi-Fi, so hopefully that will kick in. So don't go anywhere, just try and stay with me. Exhaling. So this is if the Wi-Fi goes, hopefully data will pop in. Inhaling. So we're breathing in and out through the nose. We're connecting this movement with the breath. Your exhale rounds everything up. Inhaling, opens, exhaling, surround. Inhaling to open, hips high, heart forward. Exhaling, belly to spine. So this is a lovely exercise, lovely movement, just to really get some mobility in the spine, start to in the back. Exhaling, rounds everything up. Every time we breathe out, the body's closing, or rather every time the body closes, we breathe out. When the body opens, we inhale. One more, just like this. Exhale. And inhale. And then neutral spine. So on neutral spine, we've got a little dip in the lower back here. So, first of all, we want a flat back, which means we're going to pretend to do a crunchy sit-up. So that action when you draw your lower ribs towards your belly button. So it's a small movement, just engaging the upper abdominals there, pelvic floor, lower belly active. Nice flat back. Toes, push into the hands and the toes, lift those knees an inch off the floor. I said an inch, right? So little look down so they're not up here. An inch, it's a small movement, we don't need to move very far. Belly is active, try and keep that flat back posture. Lower abs, upper abs working, muscles in the back. You might feel some heat start to generate already. You might feel the thighs shaking, you might feel the arms shaking, but your belly, your hip flexors, your lower abdominals are keeping your knees up off the floor here. Your thighs are just saying, let me down, but your abs are staying up. It's all right to come down, then you can come back up again. A breather. Okay, push into the hands and knees, lift those hips high, step those hands forward an inch, and come into your downward facing dog. So to get your down dog position, you should be plank distance wide, so your shoulders over your wrists, legs are long, backs of the heels pushing away, and that is the position your hands and feet stay in. You lift it into your downward facing dog. So you should be position smoothly from upward dog. We haven't actually done any upward dog for these classes without moving your hands and feet. So you push it into the hands. Bend those knees, a nice bend in the knees. Lift the hips high. See this dip in the lower back that I've got? Don't want that. We don't want that. So same action in the core. Rib cage pulling towards the belly button. Stabilize the shoulders, turning the upper arms down towards the floor, and then dropping the heels towards the floor. They may not touch. My heels are hovering off the floor at the moment. Few breaths here. And we'll come into plank. So you move forward into your plank. Move back into downward facing dog. Forward into plank. Core stays active. Belly is in. Shoulders stable. Exhale, back to downward dog. Right leg lifting high. I'm going to bring that right knee to the right elbow. So as we move into plank, right knee, maybe we can get it to the right elbow. Inhale, stretch that leg up. Exhale, move into your plank position, knee to nose, scoop up that belly, round the spine, tap the nose with the knee. Inhale, downward dog. Right knee to left elbow, scoop that thigh up to the chest, plank position, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, take that foot down to the floor, knees down to the floor, bum to heel, stretch out the spine. Okay, and now that was maybe a bit strong on the wrists, so just give those wrists a little circle. Hands back on the floor. We need to do the left leg. Come into your tabletop. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees. Come into your plank. And downward dog. Lift the hips nice and high. Stabilize the shoulders. So we're trying to close the space in the armpit by turning the triceps, the muscles at the back of the arms, down towards the floor. And left leg lifting high. I'm in the tree. And left knee to left elbow, so moving forward to plank, knee to elbow. Inhale, lift it high. And scoop it to the nose, so move to plank. Scoop up the belly around the spine, knee to nose. Inhale, so doing it slow and controlled. Really want to feel the belly muscles active. Left knee to right elbow. Inhale, stretch it back. Take that foot to the floor and take your little dog for a walk. So drop in one heel and the other and walk the feet towards the hands. You might need to come up onto the fingertips. Keep those knees soft. Let the belly, the rib cage drop down over the thighs. Hands to the hips. Lift the head, lift the chest. All the way up. Hands together. Inhale, down, out and up. Exhale to the floor. Halfway up, nice flat back. Exhale all the way over, nose to toes. Inhale all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands to the heart. Release the hands, step those feet nice and wide. Morning Sharon, I can see you've popped on, I can see you've dropped me a message, but my eyesight's not that good to read it from here, so I will have a look a little bit later. So you've got feet nice and wide here. Toes are pointing forward, not out to the side, so when all 10 toes pointing to the long edge of your mat. Outside edges of the feet parallel to the short edge of the mat. I'm going to take a traditional Trikonasana, traditional triangle pose. This is where we're going to feel those muscles around the waist kicking. So first of all, I'm going to turn side on here. We don't want to let the bum stick out. We don't want this scoop in the back. These hip bones at the front, we're going to lift them up, shine them. So it's still got a little natural curve of the spine. The hip bones are shining forward. We don't want to dump into the lower back. And lift up the pelvis. So with your hip bones lifting forward, you might feel a little stretch in the front of the hip flexors. Okay, just a little, nice little pull here. Pelvic floor lifted, belly in. Upper abdominals active, so the same action we did in our tabletop and our downward dog. Lower ribs dropping down towards the belly button. Upper abdominals working. I know when we do this we feel like we can't breathe because everything below the diaphragm is active and engaged. So we take a breath from the chest, expansion of the chest and the collarbones. We can still feel the lungs like this. Arms out to the side, shoulder height, palms are forward. Reach into those fingertips, reach, reach, reach. So if you're trying to touch the walls either side of you, don't know what kind of room you're in. Maybe you're outside like me, there are no walls. Got big space to stretch in. Everything active, weight is even on both feet. Okay, with an inhale, imagine you're being lifted up by the head. Exhale, from your waist you're going to tip to the right. So we're not pushing a hip out, we're not moving the hips, we're tipping from the waist. We're not bringing one arm down and the other one up. Arms staying at one line, reaching away, fingertips to fingertips. Use your breath. Don't let your bum stick out and your chest come forward. If you're not feeling it in your waist, that's what's happened. You've let your bum push out and your chest drop towards the floor. So imagine you're standing in front of a wall. Back of your hips, the shoulder blades are against the wall. So they're staying in one line. A few breaths here. You should be feeling little shakes. You should be feeling those shakes and wobbles. If you're not, I want you to come against a wall and do this. And then that will really show you where your posture should be. Are you still breathing? You should still be able to breathe. On your next inhale, make sure everything is active. Come all the way up. Exhale the other side. Whoa, over we go. It's going to feel easier for the first 3 seconds. So your head again is neutral. We're not looking down, we're not looking up. Neck is neutral. So you're looking straight ahead. Few breaths. Thighs are active. Pelvic floor, belly, upper abdominals, all working. Should be feeling this around the waist, where you should be feeling nice and tight. Great waist trimmer. This is the only standing up. Oh, the rest is going to be on the floor. Inhale, come up. Let's do it again. Right side, exhale. Few breaths. It's a very simple things sometimes that make all the difference. Small controlled movements. No fuss, no drama, just hanging out here in a little traditional triangle. Inhale, come up. Exhale, over to the other side. This is the last one. Last one. Remember to engage. You don't want to let your back take this strain as we lift up to center. Release those hands. Heel toe those feet together. Turn to face the short edge of your mat. Get swallowed out to the floor. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, folding forward. Halfway up. All the way over. And we're going to stay here for a few breaths. So you can take hold of your ankles or your big toes. Lengthen that spine and think belly to thighs, rib cage to thighs, chin to shin. Relax the neck, relax the head. Every inhale, we're trying to straighten those legs a little bit more, lifting tailbone to the sky. Every exhale, we're bending those elbows a bit deeper, bringing the chest closer to the thighs. And bringing the hands down to the floor. Few steps back. Knees come to the floor. Bum to heel. Stretch it out, child's pose. Okay, now what's coming off a layer? We've got the wonderful. So we're going to be working and core. So this is where we're at. I'm going to come onto the elbows. Make sure your arms are shoulder distance apart. So take hold of the upper arms. Make sure you can get the fingers around the triceps there. Keep the elbows where they are. Release the hands, interlock the fingers. That little finger that's getting squashed down onto the floor, just pop it inside the palm so we're not squashing it down. I'm going to tuck the toes. And before we come up, I want you to take this action. So just relax everything and notice how your neck dumps down into your shoulders. And now press down into your forearms, your elbows, and notice how your shoulders move back and your neck lengthens. This is the action we want to keep throughout. So please don't let those shoulders hunch up towards the ears. Keep that neck nice and long. We do that by pressing down into the floor. Okay, press into those toes, lift the knees, lift the hips. So your feet are a little bit closer than they are in downward dog. Your head should not be resting on the floor. If your head is on the floor, it means you're not pressing into your forearms and your elbows enough. So your head, top of your head, might be skimming the floor, might be an inch away. Okay, we're going to come up high on those toes, really high, lift those heels. And we're going to keep those heels high. Going to use core and not momentum. On your inhale, going to move the chin over the fist. Going to take our dolphin for a little swim. Exhale, head between the elbows. Inhale, moving forward. Notice how the upper body comes closer to the lower body. That angle in the hips opens and closes. That's when we know we're using our core. If the angle is staying the same, you're just moving momentum in your feet. We don't want this. Heels are high. Breathe in, use your breath. Use control. Just 20 more to do. Exhale, I'm joking. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Bring the knees down onto the floor. Bum to heel. Stretch those hands away. And then let's come down onto the elbows again. I know. And straighten those legs. So we're into a forearm plank. Who's been doing the plank challenge with Sarah? Okay. We'll be up to about 85 seconds. So we're in a forearm plank. We're going to cross this left arm in front of you. We're going to move onto the outside of that left foot. Right hand on the hip. Don't want to jump down. You can draw up the waist. Going to feel again these obliques. Now you can take that right foot to the floor if you want. You can take that left knee to the floor if you want. Or right foot stepped on top of left foot. Zip up, pelvic floor, belly, ribs. Push into that elbow. Long neck. If you want to, you can reach up with that hand. If you want to, you can take that top leg, top foot into the inner thigh of the left leg. Release, come back onto the elbows, onto the knees. Stretch it back. Few breaths. And back onto your forearms. Into your forearm plank. Crossing that right arm in front, the left. Onto the outside edge of the right foot. I'm going to have my back to you. Outside edge of the right foot. Or that right knee can be on the floor. Or that left foot can be on the floor. Or one foot stacked on top of the other. Belly in, pelvic floor up. Maybe reaching to the top. Maybe the foot is like a tree pose. So the same legs as you would have in tree pose. Few breaths. Don't lower to the floor, keep that waist up, keep the waist high, lots of space between the floor and the waist. Bring the hand back to the floor, release the legs, all the way down onto the belly. Are you still with me? Did you breathe? Did you breathe throughout that? Or did you hold on to your breath? Okay, cobra. That got you hot, didn't it? It got me warm. So nice long back, long spine. All 10 toenails down on the floor. So if you've got any lower back problems, any disc or vertebra problems, you're going to keep your legs a little bit wider. Your back is healthy, they're going to come together. I don't even know if I'm still on camera, I can't see myself. So, hands next to the chest. Don't want them under the shoulders. We're going to slide them down towards the rib cage. Elbows squeezing in towards each other. Press the pubic bone down into the floor. Inhale, lifting the chest off the floor. Toenails stay down, pubic bone stays down. Exhale to lower. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to lower. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to lower. Inhaling to lift. You're going to hold it here. Okay? If this is challenging for you today, use your breath and do that breathing cobra up and down. Otherwise, we're holding it here. Hands can come off the floor. Your choice. Neck is long, so you don't want the chin lifted like this, not straining. Long in the neck. Hands behind, interlock the fingers. Reach for the feet. Few breaths. This is one of the best exercises for back strength. Few breaths. Roads are busy today. We've got more freedom here in Spain now, so everyone's getting out. Release the hands. Hands to the floor. Push back onto the knees. Take a child's pose. Bum to heels. Stretch those arms forward. Really lengthen the spine. And then walk the hands in towards the knees. Lift the head, lift the chest. And let's bring those legs in front. Okay. Sat up nice and tall. I'm just trying to find a flat part of this floor. I'm going to bring those feet in. Hug those knees in nice and close. Lengthen the spine. Shoulders back, spine is long. So you don't want to sit like this. Imagine pressing belly, ribs, chest to thighs, shoulders down. We're going to cross the left ankle over the right ankle. Spine stays long. Up onto the toes. So you rock back a little bit onto the back of the sit bones. Toes come off the floor. We've got hold of the legs, it's okay. So squeezing the thighs into the chest. Spine is long. But you're still feeling your belly muscles working, I hope. Maybe we can keep the legs there and reach those arms to the sky. Now you feel those tummy muscles work. Few breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2. Squeeze the chest to the thighs. And 1. Bring the hands down. Cross those legs the other way. Right ankle over left. Hug in. Straighten that spine. Holding it here. Chest is proud. Shoulder blades back and down. Maybe we can reach for the sky. Don't let this happen. If this happens, take hold, bring it in. 5, pelvic floor lifted. 4, belly is in. 3, breathe. 2, smile. And 1, bring those hands down, hug them in, release the feet. Feet down to the floor. Let's take hold behind the knees. Oh, we love a bit of core work, don't we? How's it going, Jen, after Sarah's class yesterday? Oh, you might not be feeling it yet. You will tomorrow. Walk the heels in towards the bum. Right leg lifts. We've got heel in line with the knee. Left leg lifts. Same action. Use the hands behind the knees, draw the chest towards the thighs, shoulders back. Pelvic floor up, belly is in. We might be staying here. This might be enough for you today. Or you might just take fingers behind the knees, work a little bit harder. Or you might reach for the feet. Back is long. Don't collapse. Lift and lengthen. And hug those knees in, bring the feet to the floor, lengthen the spine, crown of the head to the sky. Breathing is really important. I highly recommend it. It's good for you. Lift the toes, rock back on those sit bones, lift those feet. Maybe we can stretch, maybe we stay here, maybe we stay here. Maybe you want to push those heels away to the sky and start to straighten those legs. My legs are trembling. I don't know if you can see this on camera. My legs are shaking. I'm going to say it's the wind. The wind is making me wobble all over. Zip up. And hug in. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Okay. Toes are up. Rock back on those sit bones. Right leg lifts. 2 fingers between the big toe and the second toe. Same on the other side, 2 fingers between the big toe and second toe. So hook in, elbows are inside the knees. Lengthen that spine, shoulders back. Start to push those heels away. And then you can start to bend your elbows, drawing your legs towards your chest. So you should be feeling this in the hamstrings now as well. We're working the abdominal muscles. They're still working, although we're giving them some support with the arms. We're stretching out the hamstrings. We're lengthening the few shoulders down. Are we smiling? Are we breathing? And bring those legs in. Give them a hug. Take them down to the floor. And we're going to come so your toes are just touching the top of the mat. And sat up nice and tall. Shoulders back. Reach the arms in front. And then we're going to scoop in this belly button. So belly button towards the spine. Very different than what we've just done. And we're going to start to lower to the floor. So we're scooping in, scooping in, scooping in. We lower vertebra by vertebra. Vertebra by vertebra. Nice and slow. Don't come all the way down. Pause at that point. To tremble. Before the shoulder blades hit the floor. Belly button still the spine. Gaze forward. Feet are on the floor. Feel the trembles. Fires start to flare up. And all the way down. Oh, it feels nice, doesn't it? To come onto the floor. Bend the knees, hug them into the chest. Have a little rock side to side. Just watch the cloud. Straighten those legs out. Toes are up. Can you still see me? Can't see me. I think you can see me. Toes are up. Hands next to the hips. Palms are down. Belly down towards the floor. So if you're trying to bring your belly button all the way down into the ground, pelvic floor is lifted. Right leg, and inhale, lift that right leg up, sole of the foot to the sky. Exhaling to lower with control, nice and slow. Left leg, inhale and lift. Exhale to lower. Right leg. And down. And left leg. And down. Right leg. With control. Can you hear that wind? Left leg. Might get blown away. And down. And right leg. And we're going to hold it up here. So heel is pushing away. Toes are down. We take those arms over the head. So what we want is the knee in line with the hip. So if your hamstrings are tight, it's going to look like this, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Knee over hip. What we don't want is this to happen. Okay? So I've got a little bend in my knee because my hamstrings are quite tight. Belly button towards the floor. I'm going to sweep those arms back. And as we do, push the back of the rib cage down into the floor. Again, you'll feel like you can't breathe, but you can, I assure you, you can. Big breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. Belly button down, back of the rib cage into the floor. Keep the back of the rib cage into the floor as we gently lower that leg down and bring those arms back towards the floor. Left leg, lifting. Knee over hip. Heel away, really important. Push that heel away, feel a stretch in the calf. Belly down, back of the rib cage into the floor. Arms sweeping up over the head. Few breaths here. Breathe. And gently lowering that leg as the arms come down with control. Keep the belly down, keep the back into the floor, all the way down. Both legs, let's lift them both up. Lengthen the spine. Toes down, heels away. Knees over hips. Again, they might look like this, but we don't want them looking like this. We don't want this shaking going on. So knees over hips, toes are down. Pushing those heels up as far as they'll go. Belly button to the floor. Rib cage down in the floor. Arms come up overhead. Back of the rib cage, shoulder blades into the floor. Belly down towards the spine. Then we're going to open those legs left and right. So they're going to come out to the sides, but don't lower them towards the floor at the front of the mat. They're coming down to the sides. Trying to keep again those knees in the same line as the hips. Push away with the heels. Belly down towards the spine. Back pressing towards the floor. Bring those legs together. Arms reach down towards the front of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, lift the head and chest. Gaze towards the toes. Think about your chin towards the shin. Are you breathing? Hug those knees in. Back to the floor. Have a little rock side to side. Can you feel it? Right knee to the chest. And straighten that left leg out. Push away with the heel. You can bring that leg all the way to the floor if you want, or you can hover it off the floor just an inch or so. You just feel the stretch of that hip flexor at the front. And then we change sides. Left foot, right leg pushing away. Push the heel away, the foot. Bring it in, feet to the floor. So you might be feeling it in the groin and the hip flexors. We've worked these lower abdominals and the psoas muscle, this hip flexor muscle quite a lot. So just going to do a bridge pose just to stretch this out the front of the body. So hands reaching down towards the hips, snuggle those shoulder blades under and together. Little space between the feet. Going to press into the feet. Lift the thighs, lift the hips, lift the belly, the ribs, the chest. Don't let this work happen in your back. Use your legs, so really activate your legs. Trying to push the floor down and forward. You might feel a stretch in the quads, in the hip flexors, the lower abdomen. Push your shoulders into the floor. So again, your weight is even between your feet and your shoulders. If this is too much, you can exhale, you can come down and inhale, push back up. You can take this moving bridge. Maybe you want to hold breaths, 3 breaths, or maybe stay up here. If you're staying up here, you can roll those shoulders a bit closer together, interlock the fingers and reach towards the feet. Legs are strong. Watch your knees. If your knees are splaying open, squeeze those thighs together, activate those leg muscles. And on your next exhale, release the hands. Come all the way down, shoulders, rib cage, hips. Bring the knees in and let's take both knees to the right side. Just going to finish off with our twist. So want to open up the waist, lower back, reach those arms out. Okay, just looking over that left shoulder. Left knee is stacked on top of your right knee, maybe it's a little bit further down. You might need a cushion underneath the knees, so just find a comfortable twist. Most important thing is that shoulder, left shoulder blade is on the floor, and then we get our nice twist. Just watching a bird of prey hovering right over me. I thought it was a plane at first because it looks so high. It's a bird of prey and it's literally just, maybe it's checking me up for some food, so if I get carried away in a minute. This bed, oh, it's gone, it's hidden from me. I look away and there it goes. So I want to feel this nice twist. So remember, the higher you take your knees towards the rib cage or towards the arm, the higher up the spine, you're going to get this twist. Engage the back as we come back to center, and letting both knees drop down to the left. Right shoulder blade staying on the floor, and just notice how it feels this side. I always feel tighter in the right side of my waist, so I feel this a bit more on this side. My knees aren't quite as high here. Take it a bit higher. Few breaths. So I'm hoping that woke you up a little bit. Should have done any kind of action we do to waking up that solar plexus chakra is going to get your energies going. It's going to get everything burning. Notice any differences you feel in your mood. Like, how did you feel when you got out of bed this morning, and how do you feel now? Is there any changes? Bring it back to center. Map's blown all over the place, doesn't matter. Open those feet wide as your mat, knees are bent. And just let those knees sway right and left. So you're going to feel it in a different place here. You're going to feel it more around the hip, down into the thigh. And sway it left side. Notice how they feel here in the right. Right side. And left side. And then bringing it center, let both knees drop in towards each other so your legs support each other. Bring the back of the hands down onto the floor. A few breaths in and out through the nose. Just notice how the body feels. Notice how the mind feels. Notice how the energy feels. Feel free to stay there now in your Shavasana for a little bit longer, or if you're going to finish with me now, we're going to roll over onto the right side, pressing down into the floor to bring us up to seated. Okay, and here we are. How are you? Are you warm in the belly? Let's take the hands behind the back, take hold of one wrist with the opposite hand, let the head and chest bow down towards the floor for a moment of gratitude to yourself, to this new week, to your yoga practice, and to someone or something in your life that you feel grateful for today. A few blinks to open the eyes, bring the hands together, thank you all for getting out of bed this Monday morning and joining me for your yoga practice. Just to remind you, if you weren't on yesterday, I am starting to reduce some classes now because I really should be working. So there'll be no class on Wednesday morning. So I'll be back with you tomorrow, Thursday, Friday and Sunday as usual this week. So have a beautiful day, enjoy your week, stay happy, stay healthy. Until tomorrow, namaste. Thank you. If you've got any requests for any classes this week, please do let me know. Any postures you want to go over or any classes you want to redo, please do let me know and I'll see what I can do this week. Have a nice day.